So there's three main ways with web browsing that you're going to run into problems. If you're browsing on the internet, the first one is links to malicious files, which we've covered a lot. This would be, you get a link, and it takes you to a website, but on the website, all they're going to do is immediately give you a Word doc or a PDF file or something like that. Now, the link might not say it's going to give you a PDF file. It might say www.tiny.url.com or something like that /xx1 or something. It's not like it's going to say .pdf or .word. You can't just assume by looking at a link you know what that link's really going to do or where it's really going to go, because nowadays you can make links do and look like anything. So don't just think I can look at it and know. But if you click on these links and they take you to these docs and stuff, you have to be cautious, because again, if there's a vulnerability out there right now that's exploiting a PDF file or a Word file or whatever it happens to be, you could be compromised. Links to malicious payloads. Now this is where you start getting into Adobe Flash. You probably have Adobe Flash on your computer, whether you realize it or not, because just about every PC does. So if you have not updated Adobe Flash, all you have to do is browse to a website that happens to be a malicious website, and just sitting on the web page alone, the malware gets installed. You'll never even know what's happening, and it does it right through Adobe Flash without you having any idea. It's really important. From time to time, you'll get updates that'll say there's a new Adobe Flash update or a new Adobe Acrobat update. Again, if it pops up when you're web browsing, not good. If when you first turn your computer on, it pops up with one of those things, you want to install those updates. Now the problem is, the updates never say really what's going on. What it'll say is, there's a new update available. Would you like to install now, remind me to install later, or something else? This new vulnerability will allow hackers to get into your computer. Would you like to prevent hackers from getting into your computer? Yes or no? And that's a much better and more honest approach that I think more people will go, yes, I would like to prevent them from getting in. And you can just go to Adobe's website, adobe.adobe.com, and just click on their little flash icon, and they'll do the update right there. You just click, and install the update and get you back on track. The last one that's also important is misleading websites, and this is kind of what you brought up earlier. And this is where you go to a website and it says, you have a security virus, or you have some sort of bad stuff on your computer. Do I have any? Yeah, warning, browser update required. And then they want you to install something. If you're ever browsing a site and they're telling you they want you to install stuff, or you need to fix something, or something's broken, just don't do it. If you just trash it, close it, get rid of it, it's all garbage. Another thing that's really important, sometimes people don't realize, okay, they're browsing around, and all of a sudden a thing will pop up and they'll say, like, something bad, or they need an update or whatever, but they go, the site that they're at is a legitimate site. Why would this happen? There's a thing called typo squatting, and it's just such a stupid word, but it's basically criminals will sit and they'll buy domain names. So like, let's say that the domain name is foxnews.com. Foxnews.com, you type that on your computer and you end up at Fox News. However, if you were to type in, and don't do this, but if you typed in FOXNEWA, and you go, why would you type in FOXNEWA.com? Well, it's because the A is directly next to the S on your keyboard. And so as you're typing it, if you're typing quick and you're typing Fox News, that last letter, if you fat finger it and you hit the A instead of the S, you're going to go to foxnewa.com. Hey, you need to install an update for Adobe Flash. Another time it'll say, hey, your Java's out of date. You never know what you're going to get, but it's always bad. And it's just one letter off. That's typo squatting, and there's a ton of companies that do this. So sometimes they do it, that's legitimate just for marketing. Other times it's bad and whatever else. So you're browsing on the internet one day, and all of a sudden this thing pops up on your computer and it says, warning, you have a virus. And sometimes it'll even have sound with it. And they'll go, there's a virus on your computer, Microsoft warning. Sometimes they'll even make like a blue screen and it'll say like panic. And then there'll be like a Microsoft message and it'll say, call this 1-800 number immediately for support, blah, blah, blah. They look really real. They look so real, my father-in-law fell for this one and picked up the phone and called the number and freaked out. And when you call up, there's a couple of things that can happen. One, they can either try to put bad stuff on your computer, or two, they're trying to sell you stuff. They want to sell you antivirus or their security product. Yeah, if you ever get one of those messages on your screen that just pops up that gives you the warnings and stuff, and a lot of times what they'll do is, if you try to close them, they'll just keep popping up and they won't go away. Try to either close the whole browser down, or to your point, just reboot your computer. Don't get sucked into that stuff. Never trust those numbers. Never call the 800 number. They are all a scam. It's just guaranteed it's a scam 100% of the time. There's no gray area. There's no doubt. Microsoft does not have any capability of popping up phone numbers on your computer to call. Just It's not going to happen, so don't buy into it. The other thing is sometimes people go, okay, well, every once in a while something will pop up and tell me there's a new security update. How do I know if those are legitimate or not? Because you get these pop-ups on your screen and they say, hey, you have Adobe update, or there's a new Microsoft update, or whatever the update is. And you go, okay, and it says click here to install the update. And you go, well, and now it's a crapshoot. If I click it, am I installing malware? On the other hand, if I don't click it, am I leaving a vulnerability on my computer? You know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. The best advice I can give, and this is about as good as it gets, is if you turn your, when you first turn your computer on, so you boot it on and you type your little login to your computer, not going online, not opening a web browser yet, your computer is just booted up and you just type the initial login to see your screen, your Windows screen. Wait like 60 seconds. Well, some computers, if they're really slow, wait a few minutes. However long it takes for everything on your computer to load up. Once everything is loaded up on your computer and it's connected, now if you have AOL, you'll need to actually connect through to AOL. So you have to be on the internet, but you haven't opened your web browser yet. You have connection somehow to the internet. Once you are on the internet, but you have not opened anything, that's when you wait a couple seconds, because the programs that are already on your computer, what they're designed to do is they're designed to call home and they say, hey, is there any new updates available for me? So they call home and they ask for the updates from Adobe or Microsoft or these different companies because they need to know what's out there. And those companies respond back to them and say, yes, there is, or no, there isn't. So what'll happen is after a few seconds, thing will pop up on your screen. It'll say, hey, there's a new Adobe Flash update. And you go, okay, well, at this point, you haven't opened a browser. You haven't done anything yet. If it's popping up at this point, it's the company. You can click it and you can feel safe. And some people go, well, how can you be 100% sure? And here's what I am 100% sure of. If it pops up and you haven't started browsing anything else yet, that means there's a program on your computer that popped it up. There's no reason for malware to tell you that you need to install something when the malware is already on your computer. I mean, they already have control. They can do whatever they want. So it'd be silly and redundant, and you'd already be compromised. So the only things that are popping up are things that you need. If a program's on there that's popping it up that's malware, either they have a really twisted sense of humor and they just think it's funny or something, but they've already compromised you, so there's no point. On the other hand, if you're browsing, now you've opened up your web browser, you start browsing around, you're going to websites, and then all of a sudden something pops up. At that point, I don't trust any of those. Just kill them all, make them go away, whatever. If they're legitimate, the next time you turn your computer off and you turn it back on, it's going to pop up the very first thing when your computer turns on, and that's when you can feel safe clicking on it before you open that web browser up. There's things called firmware updates. Every single device in your house, whether it be your television that's internet capable, or whether it be the router that you have at home that whoever your carrier or provider, internet provider gave you that router device, or your Wi-Fi access points that you put in your house, all of those require firmware updates. There's almost no products that are more than a year old or a year or more older that have not had at least one or more vulnerabilities. Just like a laptop or any other computer can have a vulnerability, hardware devices have those too. If you don't update the firmware on those, you can get hacked through those devices just like you would through a computer. The key thing on those is all you do is look at the back of them or the bottom of them. It'll have the name of the company, like it'll say Linksys or Netgear or whatever it is, and then it'll always have some sort of an ID, whatever its product model is. Go to their website, they'll have a support page, you type in the little model number for that thing, and the website's generally on there as well. Type in the model number, and it'll literally have a spot, and it'll say updates or security updates or something like that. Go to that page, and they'll walk you through. And I mean, literally, it's really, really simple. The first time you do it, it might take you like 15 minutes. Once you've done it once, because it's always web-based, it's just a matter of just clicking some stuff. And once you've done it once, the next time you do it, it'll take you like 5 minutes because it's just the learning curve of doing it. Updating firmware is not hard, but it just sounds hard. So highly recommend it. If you're not comfortable doing it, talk to your kids. They'll probably do it for you, or a relative, friend, whoever. But make sure you do. You don't want to have hardware devices that you haven't kept up to date.